Hi writers and readers, I'm Christy Stratus and today I am back with another app tour. It's been a while since I've done this and this one is called Serial Reader, as you can see on the screen. Ignore my millions of mail messages, I just don't know how to use the delete button. Anyway, Serial Reader is actually a reading app. It's not a writing app, it's a reading app, and this was very, very popular on Litsy a while back. And that's how I first heard of it. I downloaded it, tried it, I really like it. It is a free app and there are add-ons that you can get, but you don't have to. The basic idea behind this app is that classic literature gets delivered to you as sort of a serial. I don't know if you guys know this, but back in the olden days, that's how a lot of books were presented. They would be in serial form in newspapers or magazines, and sometimes they got dragged out because of that, but some books that we have today that are considered classics were serials at one point. So without further ado, let's get right into this app. We're looking at the home page right now, and as you see at the top it has today's issue of whatever you're reading, and then it has this serial streak, which is some stats, and then you can also see all serials, which is all the ones that I have had delivered and read, or sometimes not even completed, plus the total number of words I've read in the app. So if we go into today's issue, which is A Scandal in Bohemia, we can see what it looks like. We have unread, which is I haven't read any of it, and it approximates how long it might take to read. And it gives a little description, and I can go into the text itself. So you can just scroll, it shows you a progress bar at the bottom, and it's pretty customizable, which I will show you later. Now you can see I've read one page and it says 1% read. If we go back to the main page, we can see that my percentages, my stats have changed due to my 1% of reading, and this is actually more realistic for all the things that I have read on here. So if I click on the completed serial, we can see what I have totally read, which is one book out of all the ones that I have on here. You can support Serial Reader. It is an upgrade for $2.99. There are a number of things that you can do with it. It's up to you if you think that it's worth it. It supports the person who made this app or the team who made this app adding new books. It also includes you can sync your subscription so that you can read it on other devices. You can read ahead, which you can't currently do. You can do highlights and notes like you would on a Kindle, I guess. I have not yet upgraded, so I don't know exactly what that looks like. You can pause to read later, and you can unlock additional fonts that you can't currently see. So if I go back here, and I go to add a new serial, I click the upper right button, you can see there's a most popular section. There's a lot of stuff you've heard of probably before. There might be some things you haven't heard of. The app certainly has things I have never heard of. But these are things that you could probably also find on the Gutenberg Project and other types of websites that share these kinds of works for free. However, here they're delivered in a serial form to your phone, which I think is cool. So here's trending today, and you can sort of keep up with what other people are reading. Maybe you can find them and have discussions with them. I know there is some kind of ability to add friends, but I haven't really experimented with that at all yet. So you can see all this trending today. There are different categories as well, not just the books, not just genres like mystery, but also Lost Worlds and Sherlock Holmes in particular, which must be pretty popular for it to be there. And I was a little bit surprised that they had fantasy, just because I don't associate fantasy with classic works, but here you go. I have a lot of catching up to do with, which I find pretty exciting. Here's one of those ones I've never heard of before, and you can see this is 5 issues. It's from 1842, and 223 people are currently reading it. And as you go down, you can see these range in how long they are. 4 issues, 34 issues, 38 issues. It could be just a couple, like the yellow wallpaper was very short. Now you can see that it came up on my home. So I'm going to go into the menu, click on badges, and you can see that there are a few badges that I've earned. You can see what they are if you click on them. There are a number, and they're kind of fun to receive. Some of them are word count related, others are depending on what you actually have read. So if you go and you look at highlights or notes, anything like that, it's going to give you this ability to upgrade. But, you know, that's up to you if you want to do that. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't tell you what it's like. Here's another area for settings, and you can set when you get your new issue. And I think that this is cool because I always set it for around when I want to go to or start going to bed, and that never works out. It's supposed to tempt me, but it doesn't usually work. Anyway, you can set it for whatever time, and then these settings are awesome as well. You can change the font on here. They have a limited number of fonts, but they have some fun ones, some regular ones, and I think it's nice that you can choose whatever works best for your eyes or whatever you just think sort of sets the mood. You can also go into reading settings, and there are a bunch of settings here about how you navigate, if the text is justified or how it should look, and just some general things that you may or may not want to have, like do you want the congrats messages? Maybe you don't. We can keep the screen on while reading, and that's really useful because it's annoying if your screen just shuts off right in the middle of a great passage. So those are pretty useful things. And just to go back quickly to font settings, I forgot to show you that you can change the color of the page, which can be just fun, and maybe it can be helpful if you're reading in the dark. You can also change how much is fitted to a line. I think this is extending how much space there is between words, so that can also be for your particular, the way you see or whatever is easiest on your eyes. And of course, you can contact them to give them some feedback. So that is Serial Reader. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do like doing these app tours, and I think it's a lot of fun to introduce you to new apps, for me to check out new apps, even if they're not brand new, to sort of run you through something maybe you haven't seen before. So if there's an app you want me to check out and you would like to see me do a tour of, just leave it in the comments down below. Like this video and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos, and as always, thank you so much for spending time with me.